Welcome to Southbound, your ticket for a deeper look into Taiwan's business links with Southeast Asia and beyond. I'm Joyce Sun, and we're at National Taiwan University in Taipei. As Taiwan diversifies its trading partners, one key destination has emerged: Vietnam. Taiwan has long done manufacturing business with the Southeast Asian country, but as Vietnam pushes for more high-tech, Taiwanese factories there are at a crossroads. Taiwanese businessman Chen Yan-chen has been making ceramic pigments at this factory in southern Vietnam for 20 years, producing as much as 400 tons of colors a month for tiles. Chen was part of a wave of Taiwanese manufacturers who came to Vietnam in the early 2000s. Land and labor were cheap, and from here they could tap into new overseas markets previously inaccessible from Taiwan.
越南呢是属于这个比较年轻还正在发展的一个国家。主要越南最大我们一个趋势是我们外销市场可以面对整个东南亚。
Once among the world's poorest countries, Vietnam has emerged as one of the region's leading economies. Its strategic location, large workforce, and infrastructure to support export have helped the country become a hub for manufacturing, a sector which makes up about a quarter of its GDP. Vietnam has also benefited from a global production shift away from China amid Beijing's crackdowns on foreign firms. Taiwan has been a strong contributor to this growth, becoming Vietnam's fourth largest investor. Taiwanese investment here in Vietnam has quadrupled in the last few years. In Ho Chi Minh City, once a land filled with swamps, forests, and empty patches of flat areas like the one behind me has now transformed into a bustling metropolis. The city and the country's capital, Hanoi, are both among the top fastest growing cities in the world. In fact, Vietnam is expected to lead Southeast Asia as the region's economic growth is projected to outpace that of China's in the next decade. Taiwanese store owner Xu Yuling has long been optimistic about Vietnam. A longtime investor here, he believes Taiwan's status as a leading maker of cutting-edge chips has now made it a desirable partner for the region.
东南亚国家事实上对台湾的看法已经一个非常大的不同了。他们要去台湾，他们以前没有那么积极啊，可是今年都非常的积极，就是认为说，有没有可能半导体来越南设厂？有没有 AI？ 我们怎么样可以跟台湾合作？
To attract the desired tech players, Vietnam is also working to upgrade its manufacturing sector overall, and the Taiwanese factories already here are trying to keep up. By scanning a QR code, Deputy Production Manager Kim Thuy logs how many screws have been made in the factory line. She works at Anchor Fasteners, a Taiwan-owned company in southern Vietnam. Every day, they make tens of thousands of screws of varying shapes and sizes for top-tier motorbikes from auto giants Honda and Yamaha. On this computer, Kim can track each piece at different stages of production on a centralized online system, a process that used to involve filling out stacks of paper spreadsheets.
Dạ cũng không ạ, nó đơn giản hơn là mình học ở đóng tay như bình thường.
This is all part of the factory's effort to go digital. Getting production lines online is a way to stay competitive in Vietnam, a nation working to rebrand itself from a cost-effective manufacturing hub to one capable of high-tech projects. Social scientist Chen Ti-mong Thuyen has watched her country evolve and says digital transformation is crucial if Vietnam wants to become a developed economy.
We already have some significant results, especially in the e-commerce, digital banking, and online tourism. The middle income also increasing dramatically in Ho Chi Minh City. So we can see that the more and more the high-end services, and it's never happened before.
Vietnam is looking to pull off an industrial revolution using the world's latest smart factory technology and artificial intelligence. To help with the modernization of the fastener factory, its general director, Shi Bo-chang, turned to mechanical engineer Kenneth Chen. Chen, who formed the A1 Smart Factory Alliance, custom makes roadmaps for firms intending to go digital.
Most of the factories or companies, they are not ready for the so-called digital transformation. They don't even have the basic foundation yet. In Vietnam, you have more opportunities because people have no burden, no background, so they are used to accept a new technology.
Chen says the key is to start small and do it in stages, like computerizing data from different parts of the factory and gathering them in a way machines can process and in the future act on. This frees up employees from simpler, repetitive tasks and lays the foundation for more ambitious upgrades.
One example of how this factory can up its digital journey is with those cameras up there. Right now, they're part of a surveillance network to monitor the shop floor. But these cameras could have another purpose in the future by integrating AI. What that would look like is that an AI-trained camera can see a gesture or motion like this and automatically signal to machines to change a control.
Ultimately, for factory head Shi, upgrades must make sense for the business and help it survive through Vietnam's changing market.
你说整个转型，事实上说实在，你要找到一个可以做的这个市场跟产品。
For business owner Chen, it's been tough. Ceramics are not as popular as before, and he's been focusing on trying to keep the customers he has left.
当然，客户如果消失了，我们也没有存在的一个条件了。
Vietnam's economy and government are moving quickly to push a digital transformation, and some businesses there are faced with a decision to either keep pace with its ambitious high-tech goals or be left behind.
Taiwan's high-tech expertise is what makes it a valuable partner for countries like Vietnam. Now, while I was there, I spoke with Hank Han, Taiwan's top envoy to Ho Chi Minh City, and he told me what he thought were still obstacles between the two countries working more closely together on advanced tech.
So one thing I have to maybe remind the Vietnamese government that when Taiwan is considering where to set up this semiconductor factory, we have to consider the national security factor. Take United States, Japan, and Germany, for example. Their governments are very flexible when dealing with our high-level officials to visit their countries. But Vietnam is not so willing. We hope they can be very flexible to handle this purely economic investment plan. We can reach a so-called win-win situation. Vietnamese students can get a degree and get a good job. And for Taiwanese enterprises in Taiwan, they can get staffs that they require.
As you just heard there, talent is a big part of this collaboration. Here in Taiwan, universities like NTU are a key source of talent for the likes of TSMC and MediaTek. It's a pipeline that Vietnam wants to establish, and I met with aspiring engineers in Ho Chi Minh City to find out how they're training to grab their spot in the hot sector.
With just months to go until graduation, Vietnamese engineering student Thang Nhat Huy is dreaming big to land a job in robotics at a foreign tech firm. He's honed his craft in mechatronics, a cross between mechanical engineering, electronics, and computer science, a varied skill set he believes will give him an edge.
I can actually connect other engineers together, because if I only study on one field, then probably I will hardly understand the other field. Maybe I can even connect Vietnam to other countries. For example, like in Taiwan, I can maybe be the bridge.
In an interconnected world reliant on technology and diverse skills, talents like Tang are highly sought after. He's one of thousands of students at Industrial University in Vietnam's economic hub, Ho Chi Minh City, vying for a spot in a competitive global tech market that's increasingly investing in the Southeast Asian country. The school is no longer just focusing on skills for Vietnam's historically dominant sectors, like making clothes, machines, and electronics. It's expanded into courses like high-tech design and investing millions of dollars into a smart factory lab to train students on top-grade devices.
This university enrolled a record number of students into its mechanical engineering program this year. Now, students and professors alike are working to seize this opportunity to bring local talent up to scratch as more foreign tech firms invest in Vietnam.
That includes chip-making companies from Taiwan. For the global tech leader, Vietnam presents a prime opportunity. With over 4 times the population of Taiwan, Vietnam has a large and young workforce, which is why Taipei-based AI software exec Jonathan Yu has high hopes for Taiwan and Vietnam's trade ties. While
lots of our customers from semiconductor or even like IC design house, they found out that some of the best students in Vietnam, you have the chance to get like the best students in Vietnam to join your company. But if you do the same hiring strategy in Taiwan, it's very difficult because maybe the best will go to TSMC. But now you can hire the best in Vietnam.
though Vietnam has a lot of promising talent, much of the labor force lacks proper training. Master engineering candidate Lê Hữu Ang says he's one of the lucky ones with access to some of the latest machines and equipment to learn.
Kinh phí cho các bạn để các bạn nghiên cứu khoa học á, thì nó cũng một phần nó cũng đang bị hạn chế ở một số trường.
As more foreign firms look to set up shop here, it'll be up to Vietnam to educate and prepare a workforce that's ready to meet the challenge of a globalized high-tech economy.
Thank you for joining me for the first episode of Southbound. If you want more from Vietnam, come with me on a ride in an electric taxi, a key driver in the country's bold net zero goals. Go to TaiwanPlus.com for that. I'm Joyson in Taipei. Take care and catch you next time.